se retrouve déjà dans le loser bracket, malgré la présence de deux jeux. Bienvenue à tous au GSC invitational. On est en round 2, du coup oui, on se retrouve déjà dans le loser bracket malgré la présence de deux joueurs parmi les meilleurs dans la scène. D'un côté, Conflict, vétéran d'SPL, connu pour son style offensif innovant. Franchement, il n'a plus vraiment besoin d'une introduction, mais c'est une figure incontournable de GSC. Donc je me suis dit qu'il fallait absolument parler de lui tant qu'on en a l'occasion. Et de l'autre, Zokuru, même chose pour lui. Un joueur extrêmement expérimenté, reconnu surtout pour son style méthodique et sa maîtrise du tempo. On a ici deux excellents représentants de styles complètement différents. Offense contre stall. Et honnêtement, ce match peut partir dans n'importe quelle direction. Assurez-vous de rejoindre le Discord. Vous pourrez suivre les games en direct, soutenir le tournoi avec des donations et bien sûr, partager vos takes les plus brûlantes. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, losers bracket, best of 3, you know the drill. You can join the Discord. Do that. We got Smeargle versus Jinx. Okay, I like this matchup because they want to go guns blazing. This is game recognizes game. We're like, all right, we both know what's up. We can fuck each other up. I could bring stall, but I'm not going to bring stall against somebody this good. So Jinx lead. The cool thing about Jinx lead and Smeargle lead is they could check each other. Jinx is faster, and so Smeargle, the onus is on Smeargle. But sometimes as an adaptation, Smeargle has Miracle Berry and can spore on Jinx. And then, in other cases, Jinx has Thief. So Thief Jinx could thief a Miracle Berry. Smeargle could then click Spore, and then the Jinx has the Miracle Berry, and so we're back to square one, where Jinx is faster. So a lot of adaptations can happen, or on the other hand, Jinx could be a lead and then have sub. So, yeah. And, oh, shit. Turn 1, fucking Encore. That's insane. It took me longer to explain a turn. Well, then again, you know, such is the life of competitive mons. And letting the spikes through, okay, Zokuru is hoping to get through that Encore. He's not going to switch out. He is behind a sub after all. Hopefully the Encore doesn't last too long. Encore doesn't last very long. In comes the Lax, of course. I'm saying that, but it's already turned 4 by now. Jinx could, of course, sub again. It's safe. And in comes Zap. Conflict sometimes uses T-Bolt Zap. Oh, there's a Drill Peck, but the Zapdos is going to take a fuck ton of damage. So I guess they both got something that they liked out of it. Jinx managed to get some damage, kill the Zap, and Conflict got his spikes. And this Jinx is probably going to go down as well. Zoke might keep it as a sacrifice for later. Cloyster comes in. And we got spikes. Oh boy. Thunder Lax. Designed specifically for Cloyster. Well, I guess also Gengar and Speak of the Devil. And also Skarmory. But yeah, mainly for Cloyster. And that's insane. Gengar here. Coming in. Staying in against Zapdos. A lot of frail mons staying in, getting parried, and screwed over. So this kind of forces a situation here. Marowak comes in. It will it attack? I mean, that seems like the logical conclusion here. Even though that sort of jeopardizes the Marowak. And there's another Marowak. Certainly they have a bone to pick. Okay. And interestingly, for lore reasons, it would have been cool to have a female Marowak, but you will never see a female Marowak in GSC because male Mons are always stronger in Gen 1, unless it's an all-female species. Okay, Sacred Fire. Encore, Spike, Sacred Fire, and what? Was Spore the last move, I'm assuming? Okay. So he tried to Encore Sleep Talk or something. But, and that just goes to show you, even a 3 times SPL winner doesn't understand all of the intricacies of GSC. I knew that, and that's kind of cool. But this is insane. There's so much to say here. I can't even keep up. Okay, because there's a lot of comments going down between them. I thought I could Encore sleep talk when you're asleep. You can Encore rest, but you can't Encore sleep talk. And he says, oh shit, that might have just cost me the game. Oops. Machamp, he's still in this though. So he has a Machamp. He can... The Gengar is still technically in there. The Jinx is parried, so... Yeah. They're just chatting while they're playing, like, on their tournament life here. Pursuit Tar. Totally chill also. Crunch. All right. And there's a crit. Not that that mattered. That was a 100% going to be a one-hit KO. It does 6 times damage as it is. With the stab and the ×4 weakness. Jinx goes down. Lax v Champ. Lax needs to survive a hit here. Or 2. And also dodge. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Oh, and of course, the curse, yeah. Crit can happen. No. Yep. Yeah. All right. So, that is game 1. Wow. I don't know. They're saying a lot of stuff. So, moving on to game 2. If Conflict wins, Zokuru's out. And I spent all that time trying to say something in French. Okay, Snorlax, cursing up. Zapdos. Yeah, with this, Snorlax unsafely 2-hit KOs the Zapdos, meaning that it risks its life to 2-hit KO the Zapdos, but it can 2-hit KO the Zapdos, so that's something. Chloe. T-Tar. All right. That's the phaser, the elected phaser, I'm going to assume. And Conflict really likes non-monolax. Non-sleep talk monolax. He likes curse EQ. Yeah, he did get a drop on the Cloyster there. Machamp, Tar. Uh-huh. Okay. This is going so fast. Jesus Christ. Another speed run. And we got another Ditto. Champ v Champ. That's interesting. Interesting to elect to go for offense like this with Machamp. Jinx. Machamp is nice for leveraging certain types of matchups, and we see that Jinx is going to sub again. What if it's Attract? Lovely kiss. There are similarities to be drawn between those two RNG moves, but in that they invoke RNG, and well, that's where the similarity ends. Is it a Nightmare Jinx? I don't know. Let's find out. No, it's Psychic. Hoping for that drop. And it is a Sleep Talk Curse Lax. Okay. I mean, yeah, makes sense to me. Neighbors may or may not be pounding the tuna as noise becomes incessant and annoying and repetitive and mechanical. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Tyranitar coming in here, having to phase the Lax. And this is one of those interesting situations where the Tar could end up taking a lot of damage. Cloyster outspeeds the Tar. Zokuru needs this Tar alive, but he's going to try and 1v1 the Cloy. He's probably going to bank on the fact that he does have a Machamp to threaten that Lax. He has his own Lax to withstand the Nidoking. It's not a thief, but it could be a counter. Lovely Kiss, all right. And it's almost a mirror. It's almost a mirror match. Jesus, this brings me back to like SPL, 11, where there was a mirror match between these two players. That's so funny. I even remember the post. I smashed the mirror with some lucky shots. That's what Conflict said in his win post. So, Machamp coming in. All right. It's really hard to keep up with everything that's going on here. I could stop the game. All right, Cloy. Zoke is going to risk it, but he gets shocked. When you're behind, you can risk things. It makes sense because you're going to lose anyways, right? So you might as well. So there is an advantage. There is an advantage to being behind. Oh, and he gets a freeze. Okay. Okay. Much needed. He's going to use that to set up. Possibly. Yeah, he gets one curse, but if he gets crit, he's donezo. He dodges. Gets another curse. Now Conflict needs a crit, or he's screwed. No crit. Oh dear, another. The Gambler. The Gambler. He's giving another chance. And he gets... Yeah. He gets the luck he needs. Alright. But Nidoking comes in now. Okay. He could absolutely tank an Earthquake or multiple from this percent. Conflict immediately going to Zapdos. Hoping that if the Lax KOs accidentally, it would expose itself with the recoil. But that doesn't happen. Zoke might just turn this around. T-Tar is gone. Zokuru could be running away with this advantage here. We're going to see what happens. It looks like Conflict's only chance is either to thaw the Tar and roar, or get lucky, or have everything die and then go to his own Lax, I guess? Let's see how a master handles this. There's a bit of banter. And there he is. Oh, it's not Roar? Okay, D-punch. Is he going to get some flinches? Crunch, okay. Much needed Spadef drop. That is really going to give some breathing room to Conflict. Because he still has Zapdos. Does he get another? One might be all he needs. It could definitely deal around 40%. That means the Lax really has to respect this Tar. Why doesn't... He really wants to take out one more Mon, though, before going back to Champ. He goes to Champ. Okay. You know, that's not the ideal. Oh, no, and another Spadef drop. That's not what you want to see here. Especially with that Nidoking breaking everyone's balls. The Nidoking turning out to come in very clutch in this particular matchup. Jinx. Yep. Conflict prioritizing damage over anything else, which is probably what he needs to seal this deal. Snorlax. And now it looks like it might be his turn. Is Zokuru going to commit to a Machamp switch? Hard Machamp? Conflict. Wow, it's really not every day that I see him lead with Curse Talk Snorlax. It's not like the rarest thing, of course, because there's so many sets and variables. But in this day and age, it makes sense. So going for Sleep Talk and the Jinx goes down, Machamp could probably get an easy kill like this, force out that Lax. Okay, he's not going to pick up the kill. But I guess if I'm Zoke, I might just let my Machamp die here. I don't know. I guess not. That might have been stupid of me to say that. Because of how annoying T-Tar is. And Sleep Talk, PP, blah, blah, blah. So. Well, at least we know that the Lax can't be phased. So, yeah. Tar coming in to ruin Zokuru's day. Here's another curse. Allowing him to comfortably sit in front of this T-Tar. And dodges one. And rests. Has 6 Sleep Talks left. Gets hit. Does more than I expected. 26%. Rest again. I would assume T-Tar will follow up with Crunch. And again, that same story as before. If Thunder does around 33% unboosted, then a Lax that is weakened will take around 40%. Or more. Conflict is getting a lot of Spadef drops. An above average amount. He managed to lower this Lax to half its Spadef earlier. And there it is again. Jeez. Not to mention both times on Machamp. That's kind of insane. That's a lot of Spadef drops. That's not really fair. All right. Nidoking. Man, Nidoking has such a good matchup versus Machamp. It's insane. All right. Doing just what it needed to. This T-Tar has a very annoying set. The Crunch is going to be a big problem, like we said earlier. Not to mention D-Punch. Damn. D-Punch, Fire Blast, Crunch. Yeah, this Lax is going down. All right. Wow. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. Just great games. Very interesting to follow. And I hope that you guys enjoyed.